Hello and welcome to episode 58 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. We've had a bit of a week. There's been a lot of illness, a lot of illness, a lot of rain.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, we had a few things planned for last week that didn't happen because of people not being well.
Yeah, bloody people not being well, I tell you.
You're still coughing and spluttering.
I'm not as bad. Each time I sleep, I think I wake up a little bit better. So I'm nearly through it all. It's bizarre. Like literally over the weekend, you had a few things on which we'll come to, but I just went to sleep and kept falling asleep.
And then I've kept falling asleep today.
But you're not ill, you're just lazy.
It's not lazy. It's because I've had lots on. I'm tired. It's not lazy. But it's nice having a lazy Sunday.
It's very good having a lazy Sunday. I like lazy Sundays.
Yeah, me too. And there's always rain around the Easter period in Marbella. It's kind of tradition.
Yeah, I noticed that they cancelled the procession today, which is Easter Day as we say this. So happy Easter, everybody.
You don't say that in Spain.
Why?
Well, because it's not happy. We talked about it on Good Morning Spain, that it's just something that Spanish people, if you say
we'll have a horrible Easter, everybody.
If you say Happy Easter to a Spanish person, they'll look at you as if you're mad, because it's a very solemn time.
Okay. Well, don't enjoy yourself. But anyway, the procession was cancelled today because of the threat of rain.
But there wasn't rain, was there?
There were 2 drops when I came in from the shops.
What rhymes? 2 drops when you came in from the shops.
That's because I'm a rapper.
Okay. But yeah, I hate saying it again, but there are lots of bugs going round.
Going round?
Yes, there really are, aren't there? I woke up on Tuesday with a bit of a sore throat, panicking, having recorded our podcast Monday evening and being in close proximity to you. So I didn't do my favourite body combat class, and I was gutted, because then by the time it got to Thursday and I was like, right, now I can do the spinning class. Of course, the gym was shut because it was bank holiday Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, it takes getting used to still. Having the Thursday and Friday as bank holidays.
And not Monday. There's no Easter Monday.
No. So, yeah, a lot of people in the UK will be off tomorrow and will be hard at work.
Yeah, back to normal. Absolutely. It was a special anniversary on Thursday of this week. The 17th was 3 years since my mum passed.
Can't believe it's been 3 years. It seems that it was only yesterday. It's
really weird,
unreal.
Isn't it?
It's unreal. Can't believe it.
It's really weird. And it's all, connected with this time of year. So we just had Mother's Day, which was obviously a sad time. And my mum actually died on Easter Sunday, which is today, but it was the 17th in 2022. So, and she gave me a bar of chocolate, which I still have in the fridge. Yes. And I haven't touched.
I'm surprised it hasn't walked out of the fridge on its own.
I know. I don't know what, if anything, I'm ever going to do with it. I'm clearly not going to eat it, but now it's become a thing. I can't bear to move it. So yes, it'll have to walk out of the fridge. Dad and I commemorated, I don't want to say celebrated, that's certainly not the right word, commemorated 3 years. We went for brunch on Thursday, went to daily brunch, which was really nice, and he brought along with him a framed photograph to sit with us when we had lunch of Mum and I. It's one of my favourite photos. I would have been about, 7, something like that. And I'm laughing, my mouth's wide open laughing, and we're on a boat. I've got like an oar in my hand, and Mum's looking at me and smiling and laughing, and it's the most beautiful photo.
No, I don't think you've shown that to me.
Yeah, it's framed in my dad's house on the wall. You've definitely seen it. It's lovely. Really, really nice one. So that was nice, we talked through some memories, happy memories, sad memories, and yeah, it was nice to commemorate.
I think it's important that we talk about our loved ones that have passed. It keeps them alive in our memories.
Oh, for sure. I even dedicated the quiz to her because it was quiz night on Thursday.
Yes, and you subtly brought in 2 questions you told me afterwards, or 3 questions that were dedicated to your mum. And if I thought about it...
Yeah, butterflies. And...
Yeah, 2 butterfly questions.
And one mentioning a peacock.
And one mentioning a peacock. There you go.
Sneaky. It was the busiest quiz ever at the Hogan stand. It was 18 teams, which we have had once before, quite a few years ago. But Ross pointed out, I think there was more people. They were bigger teams. And the whole pub was packed and everyone was playing the quiz. It was great.
But it was epic, wasn't it? I can't believe it. And you got through it so well. I mean, if that was me, we'd still be there probably now, marking the papers.
We finished at 11. I was quite chuffed.
Yep, you did very, very well.
Lots happened on TRE this week. Men Talk was hilariously funny. Without even realising until the start of the show, we had an Englishman, an Irishman and a Scotsman on the show, so it was a joke.
And was it your first ever time that you had a live feck on air?
Oh, yes. Guess which one of them said feck? Oh, it was very funny. Lots of laughs we had. I had a few tears, actually, interviewing the backpacking housewife this week. Janice Horton is her name. What a lovely, inspirational woman. There was an article I read in the Daily Mail and contacted her straight away to get her on. Basically, she and her husband, when they were in their mid-50s, their kids had all grown up and left the nest, as it were, and they really wanted to go travelling, but they had a good 10 years or so till they were due to retire. So they debated what to do and in the end decided to quit their jobs, sell their house, sell their car, sell loads of their possessions and start going travelling. They went to 65 countries, they went round the world twice, they made all kinds of incredible, amazing memories. And then, very sadly, her husband was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and died a year later. And the article was talking about the fact that if there's something you want to do, do it. Don't wait. You know, she said if they waited till they were retired, they wouldn't have done any travelling at all. So it was a really sad but powerful story to, remind you to grab life with both hands.
And I think that's something that we're both trying to do. That's our sort of vision, isn't it? That we want to live for the moment. Not too much moment. We need a little bit of money in the bank. But we do want to
live, doesn't it?
But we do want to travel.
Definitely, a lot more. We're constantly looking into little things. I want to go and see the Friends experience in Madrid.
I'm still trying to work out how we can do it, because the problem is that hotels in Madrid are stupidly expensive.
€230 was the cheapest we found in the city centre.
And that makes it just too expensive to go and do one sort of thing in Madrid and come back. So, I mean, we're looking at options like driving and coming back. I've got various things written down now.
Okay.
I've got a train. We can do a train there and back in one day for about €83. We've got getting a train one day and then coming back the following day and maybe looking at a hotel somewhere. So I've got different options. Flying we can do for about €143 return.
Okay, so it's cheaper to do the train.
It's much cheaper to do the train the way I found it, yes.
Okay. Fingers crossed we can make that happen. That would be great.
Yes.
And another big exciting thing that happened this week, Mary Harbaugh is back on TRE. Now, my job started at the radio station working for Mary Harbaugh, getting her guests for her show and everything. And she has recently moved back to Spain, so she's been coming on Women Talk and things, and we were talking at the station how we really need more people to cover. And I thought, what about Mary Harbaugh? Maybe she'd love to come back on the radio. And she hadn't really thought about it, and suddenly she was like, that sounds like a great idea. And it's amazing to have her back. It's like she never left. She's part of the team, part of the family. And she stood in for Alan T on the Friday Conversation this week, and her first guest, who was in the studio and was chatting with her for about an hour, I mean, or with the ad breaks in between, was Claude Littner, one of Alan Sugar's right-hand men from The Apprentice.
You're fired.
Yes, exactly. So that was really interesting listening to that. They got a lovely picture together in the studio. They were matching each other and the studio, I noticed. It looked like the whole thing was a professional photo shoot.
They texted each other. What are you wearing?
Yeah, what are you wearing, Mary? So that was great. So that's a really exciting part of the week. I was supposed to be going for lunch on Friday with Charlotte at Kalakaua, but she cancelled. Sadly, she wasn't well. So instead, you said, I'll come to lunch with you.
I was allowed out. I was taken out of my box and I was given some daylight and I was taken out for tapas.
Yeah, we decided to go for a walk into San Pedro and see what we could find. And we found a lovely little place. So up the pedestrian street and then one of the right-hand turnings.
Well, it runs parallel with a pedestrian street, doesn't it?
And it's called Barati. Is that how you'd say it? Barati?
I'll take your lead on that.
Yeah, odd name. Baratie. Barati. A tapas place.
A tapas and cocktail bar, it actually says on the sign.
Yeah. We didn't have any cocktails though. PJ had rehearsal that night, so you very sensibly had a fizzy water. I had a couple of shandies, or claras as they're called here. And we had 5 different tapas selections, each working out at about €2.80, and our total bill was $18.90.
And I was full up.
Yeah, oh, it was perfect. It was everything we needed and more.
Each tapa was enough for 2 people.
Yeah, for sure. Really good sized tapas. So well happy with that. We'll definitely go there again. Our favourite was probably the chicken with mushrooms and bacon in like a creamy sauce. Oh.
Very good and unusual and different.
Really, really nice. And I want to mention an Inspector Calls because the poster is out now and people can start buying their tickets. It's running from the 9th to the 11th of May at El Paraiso Hotel. And you're in it.
Yes, I'm playing Eric. I won't give too much away, but it's a classic. It's on the curriculum of many schools because there's a lot to learn about how people treat each other and the higher and lower classes of people and things like that. So that's why it's on the school curriculum. But yeah, it's a great play.
Really looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, so if you like a bit of culture, then
Bit of culture.
check out internationaltheatrestudio.org and you can buy your ticket.
And you can see PJ and Sheila. Sheila's in it as well.
She is, but Sheila's not playing Sheila. Sheila's playing...
That's
I'm getting very confused at rehearsals.
There's somebody else called Sheila. And you're doing well with the line learning?
Yes, I think.
Good. Well done. We had quite a busy weekend. It's one of our friend Sue's 70th birthday. She's organised like week-long celebrations and you can dip in and out of whatever you want to be a part of. So I went to Hard Rock Hotel in Marbella, which obviously I know very well because that's where we film Good Morning Spain TV each week. And we booked a great deal online where you could get breakfast and the spa, an hour in their spa, for €45, which is a fantastic deal. And their breakfast, if you've ever been to a Hard Rock hotel, is epic. Everything you could possibly want, all the different hot types of food, all the different types of eggs, bacon, sausages. Then you've got a massive array of fruit, chopped up fruit and different yogurts and things. You can get an omelette made. There's a huge selection of breads and pastries. It was fantastic.
So you had just some tropical fruit and yoghurt, did you?
No. I went straight for the hot stuff, but lots of people did start with fruit. I was impressed.
So we stayed at a Hard Rock in Tenerife, and I remember the breakfast there. You could actually have like almost a full-on carvery for breakfast.
Yeah, there was roast pork, wasn't there?
And then they had
bizarre.
these pancakes like with pictures on them. You could eat Darth Vader and things like that. It was bizarre and a lot of food.
It was a lot.
Very
of food.
American.
It was, yes. Can really rate the breakfast there, and the spa was nice as well. It's quite small. Swimming pool, yeah, you could have a little swim in it. Small swimming pool, a Turkish bath, and a sauna as well, with a couple of like the spray things going into the pool. So we rotated. We got a nice glass of cava as well, which was €5, which is a good price. And yeah, had a really lovely morning.
Yeah, I've got to say it again. I'm not keen on cava. I didn't have any with you because I wasn't at the spa, but we have had some recently. I just can't get my taste buds around cava. I've tried it many different times and I don't like it. It's got a depth of flavour that I don't find nice.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
We then had, I had rehearsal that day, our one and only rehearsal that we're doing as a group for our poetry reading in a couple of weeks on the 30th of April on the Wednesday. There's a small group of us from ITS that are performing at Thespa, which has been going for many years. It's basically a dinner theatre at a place in Fuengirola. You go and you pay for a meal, 3-course meal, and you watch some entertainment. It's normally readings that people have prepared. And my dad really wanted to host a poetry evening. So this is the first thing that my dad has done in terms of directing. So people got in touch and got involved who enjoy poetry, and Dad picked some really funny, upbeat poems and handed them out to us. So we're all reading 3 poems each, and it was great. We got together, we really enjoyed it, really loved our own poems and each other's poems, lots of smiling and laughter, and so yeah, I think it's going to be really good.
I'm looking forward to it because I think we've managed to move one of our rehearsal dates, which was going to clash.
Yeah.
Which meant that I wouldn't have been able to go, but if they can move that, I will be there.
Good stuff. And then Saturday night, as part of Sue's birthday celebrations, there was loads of us at Marbella in San Pedro, which is a great restaurant. Really lovely food, really reasonably priced. Big, extensive menu. I was trying to poke a nose and see what other people had. I was like, oh, that looks nice, because there's so many lovely things on offer. You had turbot, which was gorgeous.
It was, just flaking off the bone. It was lovely. But we went there after our wedding, if you remember.
Yes, after we got married in Gibraltar. That's where we went for lunch.
Yeah, just had a lunch with close people, basically, close family. And that was lovely. So, yeah, we it's got a special place in our heart, always.
Yeah.
But the food is good. We didn't have any battered grandmother.
No, one of the starters is grandmother style battered. I think that's how it's phrased, and it's one of my favourites. But we didn't have it. It's basically deep fried hake with a lime mayonnaise, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
but
we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't have it.
We didn't go mad on food, which was good.
We didn't. We shared some goat cheese balls. Gotta love a goat cheese ball. They're actually delicious, aren't they?
Yes. Now, we were having a debate. Is it goat's cheese balls or is it goat cheese balls?
Oh.
So is it goat cheese
no,
or is it goat's?
Goat's cheese.
So the cheese belongs to the goat, does it?
Oh, smarty pants.
Yeah, so
because it's always written as goat's cheese.
No, it's not. We looked,
really?
And it's not always written as goat's cheese. No,
goat cheese.
A lot of websites list it as goat cheese.
Okay, interesting. I always would have said goat's cheese.
Yeah, me too. But
I
someone brought it up the other day and said no.
Goat's cheese.
If it's goat's cheese with like apostrophe S, that means it belongs to the goat.
Yeah. Well, it's come from the goat.
But yeah, but it's not the goat's not going to come and say, wait, that's my cheese, give it back.
Good point. Okay, goat cheese balls.
Yes.
That sounds weird.
Yes. Well.
I had a sort of a take on sole meunière. You were saying, oh, it's not sole meunière because that should just be butter, but it was a kind of lime.
Yeah, but it looked too thick.
Thing.
The sauce all looked a bit too thick to be sole meunière.
It was very nice, though.
And generally, sole meunière is the fillets of sole taken off the bone and done in butter as well.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that, but it was very nice. And then a few of us went up to Hogan's Stand afterwards. They had a new singer on. It was her second time singing. I think her name was Jackie. I'm really sorry, I couldn't find anywhere what her name was, but she was really good.
Yeah, great. Just like good old-fashioned songs that you all like to sing along to, basically.
Yeah, well, she did 500 Miles, which is one of the songs that we're singing in the choir. So we were all doing the harmonies, and she said, wow, brilliant backing group we've got over here. So that was good. So today we have had a really lazy day. I've nearly finished both of my quizzes because I'm doing 2 next week, Hogan Stand and Urban Chai on Saturday. I've got 2 tables free for the Urban Chai quiz on Saturday, so if you'd like to come, let me know.
Yeah, maybe one of those tables is not filled because I'm not going.
No, exactly. You've ruined it.
Yes, I will be watching the semi-final of the FA Cup, where Crystal Palace will be playing Aston Villa.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes, I'm a little bit nervous because we've had some terrible results over the last 3 matches, which doesn't really build up to a good sort of semi-final. But maybe we're getting them out of the way now, so we're going to thrash Aston Villa and get to the final of the FA Cup.
That would be good. I hope you do. That would be amazing. I'm gutted I'm not watching it with you. Cause,
I know.
Be
So
nice to.
I've got to figure out if they do get through, how I get there to Wembley.
Yes, you will need to figure that out. You made a delicious roast today. We didn't know what we were going to eat. I said I really fancied a roast. The next minute you disappeared to the shop and came back with all the ingredients.
That's correct. Well, it's Sunday, isn't it? It's Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a celebration. No, it's not a celebration. It's
No.
a very sad. We had a very sad
Yes,
Easter
solemn lunch.
Solemn lunch. But I also made dosas this morning.
Oh yes, you did make dosas. You're getting there.
Yes, they're not quite as thin as they should be. I think I need to make the batter a little bit thinner.
Because I bought you the pan, the flat pan, which doesn't have a lip to it at all.
No.
So it's specifically. And did you use the wooden thing that
No.
takes it round and? Oh.
What wooden thing?
Oh, you didn't use... Oh, maybe that's it. You didn't use... You know when you see people doing pancakes on the
Yes.
same thing? There's a wooden spatula that people kind of use to
have
move
I
it
got
round.
one of those?
Yes, there was all the tools that came with the dosa pan.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
But I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress.
Work in progress. But your roast chicken roast was delicious.
Yeah, I stuffed everything I could under the skin.
Oh yeah, it's full of flavour. Love the roast potato. How do you do your roast potatoes?
I boil them so they're almost cooked, and then I give them a good old shake in a colander so they get fluffy, and then I leave those, and then I put them in hot oil. So that's how I do them, but I like them like that because they're nice and sort of soft on the inside and crispy on the outside.
Yeah, really, really nice. And we've binged on the latest series 7 of Black Mirror today. We finished it now. The last episode I didn't enjoy. It was too long and it was too sci-fi-y for me.
And it was like a second part of another one that had been in a different series, hadn't it? So, it was a hard watch, that one, I've got to say. It was an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
But generally, they've all been very good. Some have been sad, some have been sort of wow, and some have been a bit weird.
Yeah, but I love them. I think they're ever so clever. They really get you thinking as to what could happen with new technologies. So a lot of them were, in fact, all of them were kind of AI based around subjects that people are discussing. What if AI takes over jobs from humans and things like that? And
Well, there was one, I don't want to give too much away, but there was one woman when she'd had some sort of procedure because she was going to die, and then they kept wanting her to upgrade and pay more for her monthly subscription, basically to stay alive. And if she didn't pay, they put adverts in her normal day life. So she'd be talking, the next thing she'd be like, don't forget to go down to the supermarket today and buy the new Ariel. Get your Ariel from Lidl today. And then she'll go back to normal conversation.
so she lost her job because they said, we can't have you doing that. So yeah, very, very bizarre. Worth a watch though.
Well, I don't think we're very far away from some of that stuff, so it's a little bit scary, really.
Couple of articles from the Sir in English. There was a lovely piece about Jenny and Alan Boardman, who I had on my radio show a few weeks ago, and the headline was "The Costa del Sol's Most Active Fundraisers." They've been doing amazing work for children and people in Uganda and various other parts of Africa. Their latest challenge, they're going to walk the final 120 kilometres of the Camino de Santiago to raise vital funds for Kudeka.
Oh, that's amazing. You nearly did that, didn't you?
I know.
You did,
I know.
Our friends did it, but you didn't. I can't remember. You weren't very well, I don't think, at that particular time.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and it was during COVID times, and it was all a
Yeah.
bit kind of mad. But they're going to be doing this in June. They're walking an average of 17 kilometres a day, which is incredible. I've done the Marbella 4-day walking a few times, but I haven't done the 4 days. I think I've done 2 days once, but normally I just do 1 day. Normally, to be fair, because there's a lot going on. I mean, I'm working, so I can't do the 2 days that are work days. So that's my reason why I've never done the 4 days. But also always falls during when we're doing our production.
Oh, yes.
The ITS production, so I haven't done the last couple of years. But yeah, it's a lot. Walking 20 kilometres a day, because you can either do 10, 20 or 30 kilometres with the Marbella 4-day walking. It's in October, and I think tickets are already available. Yeah, and doing 20 kilometres 2 days in a row is really hard going, you know, getting blisters and your feet really hurting. So 17 kilometres a day for, I'm not sure how long it's going to take them, a good week or so, I expect. It's, a lot.
That's a big commitment.
Real commitment. So well done,
Yeah,
guys.
good luck.
Best of luck. Definitely. We'll support you. If we see a link to how you're raising the money, we'll send some your way. There was another piece talking about Marbella installing 40 smart public toilets on the seafront promenade. And I thought, what makes them smart? What do you reckon?
Well, when you go in there, it said, hello, would you like to have a wee or a poo?
Well, that's what I'd expect from a smart toilet, but it's not quite as good as that. They open and close automatically. That kind of makes them smart. So nobody has to come along with the key to open them. So at 7 a.m, they will open, and at 11 p.m, they will shut.
What if you're in there at 10:49?
I was just thinking that. Having a poo.
Like, oh.
Does an alarm go off? You need to exit the building now. I don't
You
know.
will be ejected. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Poo!
That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think you don't get locked in, but there's a weird part of me that'd like to test it out.
But you might be in there till 7 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah.
You better go in with some breakfast or that. Oh, no.
No, if I'm going, you're coming with me.
No, someone needs to be outside in case we get locked in.
Okay, good point. I really really want to try it, but I so don't.
You're going to try it. We are going to try that. We will report back. If we miss next week's podcast, it's because Hannah's locked in the toilet.
Locked in the smart toilet. Oh dear. They do also have solar panels, so that's good.
To do what?
Get energy.
For what?
Flushing the toilets?
But we don't use electricity to flush our toilets.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I mean, that's silly. If they're making smart toilets and making them all eco-friendly, why would they use electricity?
I don't know. Oh, maybe for the closing and opening automatically. Doesn't that involve electricity? The door it won't be a key, will it? That will be electric.
Right.
Yeah,
it sounds like there's a lot of things to go wrong.
It's been Semana Santa this week, or Holy Week. There was a video of a procession in Guadix, which is in Granada province, that has gone viral, where a Nazareno, which is the name for one of the brotherhood, one of the men who have got the pointy hats who are carrying the thing, he was going around with an electronic card payment machine in order to collect donations from the crowd for people that didn't have cash.
No, this is the way it's going, because they are eliminating cash, apparently. So I reckon this is a test on how they will do that in the future.
Yeah, well, it's caused some controversy. Some people thought it was a great idea and thought, well, why not? It makes it easier for people. And other people thought it just came across as really crass and, invasive and just not great.
Holy charity, Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely do not like the idea of them getting rid of cash, so I don't think this is a good thing because it's all heading towards that way. And also, I think it does seem a bit impersonal. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why it wouldn't be good to get rid of cash for people donating to charities and things like that. That's one of the specific reasons. But if people are going to be going around with card payment machines...
Yeah, but the idea... For charities, it's a lot, if you've got some loose change on it, you can put a few coins in. It's very much easier. I think people will then think about this and possibly not donate what they would previously, because...
They feel forced to donate more.
Yeah, and I think that pressure could stop people wanting to do it. It's all a bit Black Mirror, if you ask me.
Well, definitely. I think to donate less than a £5 on a card, you'd feel strange and a bit cheap. But as you said, if you had like €2.75 in your pocket, you'd chuck it in the pot and that would be fine. So yeah, it does make me feel slightly uncomfortable. Well, that is it from us. Not massively exciting. I hope you haven't fallen asleep like we have been doing over the last couple of days.
Yeah, we've had some good sleep, haven't we?
We have had some good sleep. We will hopefully have a more exciting week next week. But for the meantime, it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.